Sarvendra Srivastava, CMT Head Technical Research, Finse.com now joins us. Sarvendra, good afternoon. Can you just tell us that, Mr. Rajan's exit was taken on a positive note by market. Brexit, of course, became a big event, but then we recovered quite smartly. Now, Infosys, TCS, probably you put them together, it becomes a big heavyweight, and there was a disappointment. Both these stocks are down. Still, markets are not looking very bad. Does it tell you that we are in a bull run and, every negative news, would essentially be, would essentially lead to a buy on dip strategy?
Yeah, very good afternoon. No, clearly, as you kind of summarized that right now, whatever bad news probably has been digested with the markets, and markets are wanting to go up. So we have to take the medium-term and long-term perspective first if you have to look at markets as a whole. So when I look at the MSCI World Index and the US markets itself, or for that matter, Europe, I think from where the trouble started, I think that is, FTSE itself is in good color and good shape. So clearly, I think that Brexit fear has been digested. Internally, RBI matters, I think our governor going also, I think that part also been clearly digested now, and the markets are definitely wanting to go up. Coming to the IT and the IT space and the IT pack as a disappointment, I think I was not disappointed at all, because we have maintained that both pharma and IT, and especially defenses, in fact, even I will include Lever and ITC in that. I think the space, all the defenses will probably now underperform, and that is a signal that we are in a bull market, because the defenses are going to underperform or not perform along with the markets is what's one clear sign where you can say that Nifty is in a definite bull market. So there's no doubt about that we are in an ongoing bull market, and whatever corrections were corrections within a bull market, and Nifty is going to inch much higher from here over the course of this year, and probably even after that. But for the course of the year, I think till the third quarter, I see Nifty at much higher levels than probably where we are right now.
Right. Some of the levels that people are talking about is 9,000, 9,100. Are you of the view that markets will easily be able to take off the previous highs?
See, I think numbers 9,000, 9,200 will always be a number, because that is where we have our all-time highs as well planted there. I think the first big or large cap market to probably take out all-time new highs is the US market itself. Both S&P and Dow Jones now clearly into new highs and all-time new highs. So they have to start that leadership role. I think we can give 1 week for the breakout to solidify as far as the US markets are concerned. And once you get a very clear signal that yes, US is in a good shape and wanting to rally another 1,000, 1,500 points on the Dow Jones, my sense is that Nifty also can easily rally around 8 to 10% from here. So that would clearly make us at a higher level than the all-time new high. So it will be slightly higher probably than the 9,200 odd that we printed as an all-time high.
Right. Everybody is saying that markets have gone up very well. We have done very well since Feb. But, if you just look at from December, we've actually done nothing, especially in dollar terms. Would that be the correct way to look at it, that we are on the verge of a breakout if markets continue to rise from here on?
No, absolutely. I think if you look at a dollar pricing, then the BSE Dolex probably has not moved up to the extent where the broader indices have done their bit. So yes, I think the catch-up time as far as the Dolex is also concerned, and that is where, as you rightly pointed out, the currency itself will play its role. If the Dolex has to go up, then rupee has to come back towards 62, 63, because still that's not going to happen. Dolex is not going to rise. So currency-led movements, I think now Nifty itself will get that push when the rupee starts going below 66.5, 67. So I think we kind of broke 67 intraday yesterday as well, today as well. But right now we are just kind of managing above 67. But my sense is that once we close below 66.50 on the rupee, and that will see Nifty past 9,000 at least.
How would you look at Tata Steel from here on? A fabulous run, and probably one name that nobody would want to own at the start of Feb.
No, again, if you remember our last interactions, I think when we said that pharma, IT and defenses were a sell, at that in the same breath we had said that metals was our top buy sector at that point in time, 4 quarters, and at 5 cents we have been kind of vindicated. Metals has been one of the leaders in this move, and should continue to remain so. My sense is that Tata Steel has done its worst case at that around 200 mark. from here on, I should see it not correcting more than 280, 300. So if that's the base case, then we can clearly see targets in the region around 450, 500. And as a disclaimer, I would like to state that Tata Steel is definitely a long candidate and clients would be having positions. And we are saying that 450 to 500 is now probably the target range for Tata Steel, but it's an investment outlook and it's a 9 to 12 month plus kind of outlook.
How would you look at LIC Housing at 530? 4% higher today. Numbers came out. Numbers were not that great, but they were not that bad also if you adjust for the exceptional item.
See, I think the flavor will remain with housing finance companies, and I think in that breath, I will say that DHFL and LIC and GIC, these are names that are shaping up well, that are looking well. But again, since they have run up into these moves, it's not that you would be wanting to trade them. These are not trading calls, but I think as a flavor over the next 6-12 months, if you ask me what should be moving, I think housing finance companies should be up around 15 to 20% higher from wherever they are right now.
So any decline should be a buying opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. I think housing finance, I will be a buyer at every decline.
Right. Similar would be the case for SKS, or now known as Bharat Financial Inclusion?
SKS, neither with new name, has never been. It's never been our trading favorite, and I would like to pass on that. I don't cover it regularly.
Right. As far as DLF is concerned, do you cover that name? So last time when we had spoken, you had said that the chart is positive, but it's not really going above 140. So now it's at closer to 157, 158. How would you look at DLF?
Absolutely, I think fantastic quarterly reversals as far as DLF is concerned. So that confirmation bit that we were looking at around that 140 mark, that is clearly in the bag now. So my sense is with the kind of quarterly setups it has done, it's clearly now a buy. So either from here or at every decline, you should be wanting to buy DLF. So, and again, this will be a slightly 6 to 9 month kind of a call, and we would assume that DLF will be upwards of 190, 200, 200 plus is also possible going forward next 6 to 9 months.
Right. So again, here you would buy now, but then you would wait for a correction because things can't just move up perpendicularly. So you would wait for a correction, and that would be a buying opportunity again.
Yes, probably you can buy 25% of what you want to buy right now, and then probably look at adding to declines. That should be the right strategy. See, we are doing this interview at a point probably where the markets are slightly overbought. So as a word of caution to people who are listening, probably if you want to start from now, if you have not done already, if you want to start from now, it's always better that you stagger it and kind of enter around 20-25% from here and then probably stagger it down. All the trades that you want to do.
Right. Let's talk about IT. They are the stock of the day in terms of selling activity. I know you have been bearish on the IT index itself. How would you look at Infosys first in terms of levels and then probably TCS?
See, this session has done a lot of damage to the long-term trend as far as Infosys is concerned, and the BSE IT also. When the entire market is trading above long-term averages, this is one space, one sector which is trading below the long-term averages. So that's again, as I said, it's a red flag. It's a sign of concern. The whole has started to falter along with the BSE Pharma index as well. Both these indices have started to falter on their long-term averages, and they are trading much below. And Infi probably has just now today broken the 200-day simple as well as exponential decisively and with volumes. So my sense is that going forward, I don't know the alongside the overall is so it can be debatable that you want to short it or not, but definitely not participate in any IT large cap on the long side for the next at least 2 quarters.
Right. Sarvendra, just request you to stay on with us. Markets are about to close. I'll just come after the closing. Again to you, 26 points lower for the Nifty and Sensex, about 105. Coal India on your screen down 1.6. Yes Bank up 4 to 5 rupees, and Z Entertainment up closer to 3-4 rupees. L&T up about 1.3%, 1,585, and HDFC Bank down up close to about 2%. IndusInd Bank 1% higher, 1,127. M&M up about 1%, 1,464, and HUL up 1.2%, 944. Aurobindo Pharma down 16 rupees, 759. Cipla up about 0.7. GAIL down about 1%, and Asian Paints up about 1% or so. Maruti up about 0.8, Hero MotoCorp down about 0.6. That's the closing bell. 26 points down for Nifty and about 111 points down for the Sensex. 27,830 for Sensex and 26 for Nifty. Tata Steel was the top gainer, 372. It has done phenomenally well and continues to be the case. So it's up about 3.5%, 372 for Tata Steel. Bharti Airtel was among the top gainers, 3.2% higher, 372. Idea Cellular was up around 3%, 110, 111 for Idea. HDFC Bank up about 2%. That actually held the market. It's a big heavyweight name. And Bosch was up about 2%, 23,879. HDFC did well, 1.7% higher. Tata Motors was up about 1.6 to about 495. Adani Ports did well. Eicher Motors did well. So most of the names, particularly on the index, did decently well, one has to say today. What went down? It was the entire IT pack. So, Infosys was down about 9%, 1,070. We heard the management, not that great set of numbers. TCS was down 3%. Again, it's a company that delivered numbers yesterday night. Wipro was down 2.6 and Tech Mahindra was down about 2.5%. Aurobindo Pharma down about 2%, 759 for Aurobindo Pharma, and HCL Tech was down 1.7, 1.8. Overall, not that great day to start with, but then as things stabilize, I think markets also were just 23, 24 odd points down. LIC Housing was the mid-cap company that declared numbers. It was up 4% to 526 for LIC Housing. Fortis Healthcare from the mid-cap space did well, up about 8 odd %. Greenply Industry was up 7. Max Ventures was up around 5 odd %. I just want to mention Taj GVK. We spoke about this yesterday, that how hotel companies are doing well. Taj GVK was up around 15 odd %. Sarvendra is still with us. Sarvendra, if we just come down and look at the mid-cap index and look at some of the names that are doing, essentially well. A lot of PSU banks are doing well. Do you think that sort of a run can continue?
See, I think we have had extreme emotions as far as that space is concerned. So when it was going down, it was extremely oversold when it went down, and now probably since there was abnormal behavior on the downside, probably the bounce itself is again looking a bit slightly overstretched. So from current levels, risk reward would not justify entering fresh trades. But yes, I think the worst probably for that sector, as we were discussing off air, that the worst probably for the sector is over, and my sense is that the bank space is buy on decline kind of a story. So say around 7 to 8% declines wherever they are, probably those should give you good risk rewards to start venturing into longs there in that space.
Right. As far as Tata Motors is concerned, any view? 495. It's had its underperformance share, but from Feb it's done particularly well. Today it's even higher than the Brexit highs, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Tata Motors was our top pick earlier. We kind of booked out of the trade. So from here, again, as I said, slightly overbought. Immediately, you would not be able to, as a technical guy, you will not be able to put a good risk reward right now. So no fresh trades. But yes, I think declines towards 460. I would definitely be a buyer here. It's among the stronger names and the stronger stocks right now. So corrections wherever possible in this, you would be wanting to buy and not sell.
Right. How would you look at the pharma pack? As far as pharma is concerned, you've been underperformed. These names have underperformed. Do you think they'll continue to underperform? Because now we are getting some brokerage calls that, underperformance may be overdone. For certain name, valuations are looking decent.
See, I think there can be a mix in this sector. But broadly, if I have to look at, again, there will be underperformance going forward. There's no doubt about that. And individual names can fall still from here itself 10-15%. Leading names, I can still see some of the names holding out slightly weak. So just as I said in the start, pharma was 5 quarters back, it was our top sell at 5 cents, and we continue to hold that view. We have not reversed it. Briefly, we were looking in for bounces, and we had kind of unwound those trades. But now I think those bounces also look more or less mature and complete. So would not mind actually going back and shorting some names like Dr. Reddy's, Aurobindo, Ajanta. I think top 3 names in my mind to short are from the pharma space, sadly. So that space I would want to short.
Right. Sarvendra, thank you so much for joining us.